Hi everyone, it's Darlene. This week I'm making some gift tags. I used the Tim Holtz Ornaments die from Sizzix and I cut 3 of those, well 2.5 out. And then I'm using this embossing folder. I'm going to take 2 different distress inks. The first is broken china and I'm going to really twist it and press down on it to get good coverage on the background portion, which is going to be the side that has the Sizzix name on it. And then I'm going to take peeled paint and I'm going to just really get some good coverage on the bottom. I decided to go back in with the blue a little bit to blend it. Now I'm going to take one of the ones that I cut out and I'm just going to place it right there. I'm going to make a little sandwich and run it through my Sizzix Big Shot. So all of the background is colored in with the distress inks. It's very cool. Okay, so I'm going to make the top kind of a goldish, like a metal, and so I'm using this Stampin' Stuff gold tinsel embossing powder using some Versamark ink. And I just cut out that piece so that I could emboss the top and have a little handle that I could hold it with while I heated it up. It's really, really pretty. It really does look like metal. I'm just going to take some brush corduroy and just ink the edges a little bit to give it some dimension. Alright, I'm going to cut the top off because I'm going to use the gold as the top. And now I have this, the same one that I cut out in the white paper, and I'm just going to glue it all together. I'm using some Tombow liquid glue, and that way I have a white backing, a nice clean white backing on the tag, and that's where I'm going to write my message. I'm going to do the same thing to the top using this glue. The reason why I'm using liquid glue is so that I can kind of move it and slide it around after I put them together to make it line up just right so you don't see any of that background. This is just some random trim I had. There's not even a brand name. It's just wrapped around some cardboard. And it's just some rickrack sort of gold trim. And I'm going to use some glue to adhere it to my ornament. And that's basically my first one. So I'm going to set that off to the side to dry, and I'm going to start my next one. It's the other ornament on that ornament die, and I needed a solid background, and so I traced it and cut it out. And that'll be the backing of my ornament. I'm going to use the same technique again, inking up the side that has the Sizzix name on it, and I'm using Barn Door this time. I'll place it right in there, and I'm going to make my sandwich and run it through my Sizzix Big Shot. It's really pretty. Alright, I'm going to take my solid piece, and I'm using Dusty Concord, and I'm just going to ink this up like I normally do on most of my cards. And when I do this, I don't like to have it be a completely solid color. I like to leave kind of some cloudy white areas in there just because I think it adds a little bit more interest than having a solid color. Otherwise, you might as well just use solid colored paper. This is a new stamp from Stampin' Up! Called Netting. It's a really cool background because it's very, very small, so it's very subtle. Oops. Alright, now I'm going to start assembling. Again, I'm using this glue. And my piece kind of ripped a little bit, I think just because of all the embossing on that thin little piece. But I'm just gluing it the same as I did the other one. And then I'm going to make my top gold piece the same way I made the other one. So I just sort of skipped all that part. The reason why I cut the top piece off the embossed cardstock is so that I wouldn't have the bumpy area that I'm attaching that gold piece to. Alright, same thing here, just some random trim, and I glued it, and this kind of, I curled it up at the end so it looked like it was kind of a round ornament. And then I decided I wanted some sparkle on it, so I'm just covering the whole thing in vanilla shimmer mist. And I'm going to cut these ends off. And then I realized I covered that hole, so I'm just going to punch it in there. And that's pretty much it. They're pretty simple tags to make, not too many steps, and then as you can see, the back is nice and clean so you can write your message. I hope you all have a great holiday, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.